Microfinance has revolutionized the way financial services are delivered to underserved populations around the globe, allowing individuals to access capital that would otherwise be completely out of reach. Yet, expanding access to credit carries an inherent responsibility to shield vulnerable populations from exploitation, aggressive debt collection, and overwhelming financial distress. When crowdfunding platforms connect everyday lenders with entrepreneurs across continents, establishing rigorous guardrails becomes an absolute necessity for sustainable ethical lending. Kiva operates at a massive global scale, bridging the gap between lenders seeking social impact and low-income borrowers striving to build better lives. Because these borrowers often live and work in economically fragile environments, safeguarding their financial well-being, personal dignity, and legal rights remains a core priority of the platform's operational framework. Rather than simply facilitating transactions, the organization enforces structured policies designed to prevent over-indebtedness, guarantee absolute transparency regarding loan terms, and maintain strict data privacy standards. At the foundation of Kiva's borrower protection model is a rigorous partnership selection process. The vast majority of loans on the platform are distributed and administered not by Kiva directly, but by local field partners, microfinance institutions, social enterprises, and community-based organizations. Before any organization is allowed to list loans on the platform, Kiva executes extensive due diligence evaluations. These evaluations look closely at the institutional health, operational transparency, and ethical standards of the partner organization. Kiva heavily prioritizes working with institutions that explicitly align with recognized global standards for client protection, such as the Client Protection Pathway established by Ceres and the Social Performance Task Force. These standards require participating institutions to commit publicly to responsible lending practices, ensuring that financial access acts as a genuine tool for alleviation rather than a trap. Preventing over-indebtedness represents a critical pillar of these protection protocols. In traditional microfinance settings, borrowers can easily fall into a dangerous cycle of taking out new loans to pay off existing ones, leading to compounding debt crises. To counter this, Kiva's framework requires its lending partners to evaluate a client's actual repayment capacity before issuing funds. Partners must carefully analyze the borrower's existing financial obligations, cash flow, and income stability. Furthermore, institutions are expected to monitor local market conditions continually, watching for signs of macroeconomic strain or market saturation that could inflate individual risk levels. By enforcing responsible growth targets and assessing affordability metrics, the system minimizes the likelihood that a loan will destabilize an entrepreneur's livelihood. Pricing transparency serves as another vital safeguard. Hidden fees, complex compounding interest structures, and opaque contract terms have historically plagued informal and subprime lending markets. Kiva combats this by requiring clear, upfront disclosure of all costs associated with a loan. Borrowers must fully understand the exact interest rates, fee structures, and repayment schedules they are agreeing to before funds are ever disbursed. For direct loans offered through the platform, Kiva maintains a 0% interest model, ensuring that no hidden financial burdens are passed down to the end recipient. When working through field partners, Kiva regularly reviews and updates interest rate data to verify that local pricing remains fair, transparent, and aligned with regional benchmarks. Beyond financial metrics, Kiva places an immense emphasis on protecting the personal dignity and privacy of every borrower. In traditional credit systems, financial default or delinquency can often result in public shaming, aggressive public notices, or intrusive collection actions that severely damage an individual's standing in their local community. Kiva explicitly rejects these methods by enforcing a strict borrower privacy policy. Repayment data and loan statuses are shielded from public view once a loan finishes fundraising, ensuring that if an entrepreneur experiences unexpected hardship, crop failure, or economic downturns, their sensitive repayment struggles remain private between them and their direct lenders. Community guidelines strictly prohibit anyone from using borrower information to harass, track, or publicly question an individual's repayment status, preserving the inherent respect and honor of every participant. When defaults do occur due to unavoidable life events, natural disasters, or severe business setbacks, Kiva's field partners are expected to adhere to humane debt collection principles. Aggressive harassment, intimidation, or the seizure of essential household assets are strictly prohibited under the ethical guidelines promoted by the platform. Instead, partners are encouraged to work collaboratively with borrowers to restructure terms or find viable pathways forward through difficult seasons. This approach acknowledges that economic realities are unpredictable, and a temporary business failure should not result in permanent systemic punishment or the total stripping of a family's safety net. To ensure these policies are more than just theoretical guidelines, Kiva utilizes continuous feedback loops and independent assessments. The platform collaborates with industry evaluation leaders, such as 60 Decibels, to conduct direct customer-facing surveys. These independent studies gather unfiltered feedback straight from borrowers regarding loan affordability, transparency, and the overall impact of the microloans on their quality of life. By directly listening to the experiences of the end users rather than relying solely on institutional reporting, Kiva identifies operational gaps, holds its partners accountable, and constantly refines its protection mechanisms. Through this combination of rigorous partner vetting, stringent privacy protocols, transparent pricing, and ongoing impact measurement, Kiva builds a resilient ecosystem where expanding financial inclusion never compromises human dignity.